Hi, welcome back to Raunchy Reality Recaps. On this video, we're going over I'm sorry again, wrong again, again, wrong, love during, ah! Y'all can see how confusing this is. Love after lockup. That's what we're here for. So, yes, we're here for love after lockup. I'm going to stop saying that right now. We're just going to talk about Andy and Brittany. Now, like I've said in my other videos, I haven't been keeping up, but y'all, I'm going to make a goal to sit here and do the new season of Life After Lockup. I'm going to make sure I'm going to do that every week, and I'm going to get started on this season finale. I think it's a season finale, y'all. I'm pretty sure. So, anywho, let's get a little recap. Now, if you hear something in the background, that's my dishwasher. I have one hooked up to the sink because it's not, installed into the house. So if you hear weird noise in the background, that's what it is. So, anywho, we have Andy and Brittany. Now, Andy and Brittany, let's go over a real quick wrap up because I can't remember what. I know I did a few videos about this, but I can't remember what I did. So, let's go over quick. So, Brittany got out of prison, okay? First couple days, they were staying in a hotel room. We have where Andy took her to I think it was her son's birthday party. Dude made a cake and everything, and she waited until they were in the parking lot to say, hey, y'all can't come in. I can't have y'all meet my kid right now. Y'all got to stay out in the parking lot. Girl should have told him that like days ago, like when it was planned, instead of this guy making a whole cake and he can't eat. I get that you don't want to meet your kids to meet as soon as you get out of prison, your new man. But girl, communication is a key. Okay, which we've seen with this couple back and forth. They are horrible communicators. They both lie. They both don't communicate things. They both got issues. So, yeah, right now, I don't like either one of them. So, anywho, we have that incident. And then we have the incident where, she wanted to go off and she got mad at Andy at the hotel room because she wanted to stay another day, even though homegirl ain't the one paying for the hotel room. And she thinks money grows on trees. Like, we see where this guy was living and everything. We know for a fact people don't have money like that. Is he spending $200 a night on hotel rooms? Hotel rooms aren't cheap. Okay, so she wanted to stay because she wanted to build a relationship with her teenage daughter. And it's like, you spent years destroying that relationship with your teenage daughter. It's not going to repair itself in a few days. Right now, you didn't make any other option besides living with this man. I mean, you didn't have a plan B or anything. So your best option right now is to go stay with this guy instead of, I don't know, probably staying with the people that you shouldn't be staying with and going to get you back into trouble. So, anyways, they have it out at the hotel room because she said, he's lying. He said he was going to, help her build a relationship with her kids, and that's what he wanted and all that. I mean, we know for a fact this girl was probably whispering sweet nothing in this man's ears the whole entire prison sentence. And we know exactly what we know what Andy wanted. Andy wanted some of that, he boy wanted to get laid, okay? And she wasn't having any of it. She was making excuse after excuse, taking his money, taking his iPhones and everything. It's not even the fact that she didn't want to do him, which, I mean, yeah, she don't have to, but girl didn't even want to stand near him, okay? Y'all, girl didn't even want to be in his presence. So anyways, he finally gets her back to their house, which I'm pretty sure it's an Airbnb, whatever. So they get back to the house, and the next few episodes of Love After Lockup was just her complaining, asking for, some more money and all that. So like one episode, and they all get jumbled up in my head, so I might be going back and forth. But one episode we had her sitting there getting mad at him for not providing her with a car, which I will say this right now. Andy probably talked up a lot of crap because that's what we see. That's what we see in this show. We see the men boosting the women about how they're going to sit there and pay for all this stuff. And we see the women that are in prison, talking about all this stuff they're going to do to the men. So in my eyes, it's a mutual agreement. And in my eyes with this thing, they had a mutual agreement that way, but both of them mutually lied about it. A lot of stuff. So I think the last couple episodes, she was talking about how he was supposed to be giving her another 500, or another 700, because he gave her 500 at first and said, it was because my bank account had some fraud. But we see where Andy was kind of lying there, because he said it was tagged for fraud and he couldn't get no money out. But then he said, he hasn't let the bank know. So how does the bank know to stop? Yeah, you get me there? Like, it's all backwards. So she's basically using that. Like, she took whatever he was lying about. Like, it could be the littlest thing. And she's going to use that to get out of this relationship so she can go do what she wants. That's basically what I was seeing. Like, she was like, oh, good, another lie. I'm going to use that against him so I can get at what I want and leave. Which is basically kind of what she did. So he sat there and said, she was asking about a car, and she said, she was asking about a car, and he said, yeah, well, I'll let you use my car. You can drive me back and forth to work, and then I'll get a car, and you can keep that one. And she's like, okay, well, where's the registration? Where's the title or whatever? And he's like, well, I'm still paying for it, but you can drive it. So it's not going to be in my name. So that's control. That's control. No, sweetie, that's making sure an addict doesn't go steal your stuff and, like, go get drugs with it. Like, come on, girl. Like, that is such, like, girl was fiending to sit there and, like, to be so entitled. And I understand, homeboy did a lot of stuff. He said a lot of stuff that he couldn't provide or didn't want to provide. Probably the way she was acting when she got out of jail, I wouldn't want to provide for her either. She was sketchy as AF. All get out. So just the fact to be that entitled, to think that right when you get out of prison for doing stuff that you shouldn't have been doing, that you're going to get all this handed for you. You don't got to work. Not one time, I don't hear her mentioning about how she was going to get a job to work. Okay? Because that's how you get things in life, ma'am. You'll work. You don't have no kids to take care of because you lost them all. Sweetie, you need to get off your butt and work. Okay? If you want things in life, work for them. So anywho, she got all mad, got upset about the money. Andy ended up taking her to the ATM to pull out the money. And girl, as soon as that girl gets money on her hands, that instantly horribleness of her personality, it's like she turned into Glinda the Good Witch and like all smiles and, happiness as soon as a dollar bill gets in her hand. So yeah, she was all happy about that. And then they get back to the house. She gets mad. And this is the funny part, I thought, because she went to go stand on the porch, like to smoke a cigarette or something. And he comes out, leans on the porch near her. And she just like is disgusted by him, like utterly disgusted. Okay, so she ends up getting her stuff, walking over the parking lot across the street or whatever, and he gets his stuff and leaves. She has her, I guess her mama or grandmama come pick her up, and that's the last I remember hearing of her until this episode. Now this episode comes around and she's driving a car, having a little keychain and everything, and she starts talking about how it's 2 or 3 months since she left Andy. And guess what she did? What we all thought she was going to get to. As soon as she got her out of there, she went on a spree, got her some of her candy. I don't know what I could say on YouTube, but the stuff she went in prison for, she went and found again. And she sat there, she said she went on a bender for 7 to 10 days, didn't talk to anybody. She went and did what she did, okay? And we all knew it. We all seen it coming. We all knew that girl was not going to leave until she got as much money as she could out of that man so she can have herself a good time. That was her goal the whole entire time. She was focused on getting that money so she can get her stuff and have a good time. That's exactly it. And we all saw it. We all saw it. And what's funny though is because we see in I see on Facebook, some y'all might see as well, where her daughter was commenting on stuff as well, like trying to defend her mom. And it's like, girl, we know exactly what type of mama you have, okay? I'm sorry you still believe her lies. I'm sorry you have been trained by your mother to believe her bullcrap. But everybody else can see right through your mama. And we knew exactly what she wanted. And she was dead set on getting as much money from that man as she could in order to get what she wanted, which was to get high. That's exactly what she wanted to do. The second she got out of prison, she wanted to get that. And I can guarantee you, I'm not going to say guarantee. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say allegedly, I think, in my own opinion, that when her daughter took her out of the hotel room, that's where she went. Now, again, I don't think the daughter might have knew that. Like, her mom could have been like, hey, can you take me to the store? I'm going to run and get something. And then her mama called somebody else and be like, hey, meet me in the store. And her daughter couldn't have had any clue that she was doing that she was helping facilitate that. So I'm not going to put that on the daughter. The daughter might not even knew. People like Brittany are sneaky as all get out, and they will do what they got to do and lie about what they got to lie about in order to get what they want, which is high. So, I think that money that she said she gave to her kids, quote marks, gave to her kids, it was full of crap. She bought it then. She probably used somewhere, was in a good mood for a little bit, and then got back to Andy's house. That when she was coming down and she wanted more money. And she wasn't leaving until she got more money. Okay? And then she went on this bender. Okay? So, yeah, y'all, we were all confirmed about exactly what Brittany was wanting from Andy. And that was cash to get what she needed. And I can guarantee you, if he had a car with a title in his name and registration he could just hand over to her, I can tell you right now, she wouldn't have had that car either. That would have got traded for something. So, yeah. So, Anywho, we go back and Andy's going fishing with his kids and everything, talking about what happened with Brittany and all that. And his kids, of course, they're like, we told you so, blah, 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 we told you so. So when we get back to Brittany, she ends up meeting her friend who was also, used to do at least, hopefully, substances with her. And I think she was also in prison with her at a time as well. So she's going into this nice boutique shop to get her daughter Gracie some, a care package. Maybe she's going to college. I don't know. So then, they're talking about Andy and everything, and she's going on about how, Andy was a scammer. He told her a whole bunch of lies and everything, but homegirl, you didn't say a darn bit what you were doing. That's how it always is, though. It's always what somebody else was doing, not what they were doing. Because as much as I don't like Andy, girl, I don't like you either. So anywho, we cut back to Andy, and Brittany ends up saying that, Andy said, whether we're together or not, I'll give you money. I'll make sure I give you this money. And it's like, girl, come on. You're not 8 years old. You're not. Have a little bit of sense. You've been around the block, okay? Why would you think a man is just going to give you money even if he ain't with you? Like, her mama, his sister? No, you're not. Like, you didn't even give up the booty for him, and you really think, like, I know Andy's a chump, but come on. But I was proven wrong, y'all. He really is a super chump. So anyways, she sent a text to Andy asking him, if she can have the $200 for her daughter's care package. And we see then cut back to Andy still sitting with his kids and everything. And, he gets a text and he's like, oh, I'm not going to send her the money. I'm just going to block her. He does that in front of his kids to show off, but he sends the money. So anyways, And that's where we get talking about Andy's ex-wife, which is not his ex-wife, y'all. It is his wife. Apparently, she was sending Brittany Facebook messages and posting it on Facebook. Now, if you want all the details on this, check out According to Amber, because she has everything on it. Goes into the deep dive. It's a mess. Go check her out. So anywho, they start talking about Andy and his ex, and he says he hasn't seen her for a while, and his daughter actually says, she really liked his, wife. I guess we gotta call her that. She liked his wife, and they were meant for each other. And his son's like, that's none of my business. I don't care. Which I'm always wondering, like, Andy, do you not have any friends that you can talk to instead of your kids? Because your kids don't really want to hear this crap. Kids are over the drama. They should be starting drama themselves, not dealing with their old daddy's drama. So, anywho, they get, Andy says he's going to block her and everything. And then Brittany, again, back in the, boutique talking about how Andy scammed her and everything. And then Andy's talking about how, you don't have to tell everybody everything. You can keep some things from each other. And it's like, your marital status, if you're dating somebody new, shouldn't be kept a secret. Like, come on. Like, those are things you tell people, okay? Like, you don't have to tell them how you were bullied in the 9th grade and, got a wedgie by some butthole. But, I think you need to share with somebody that you're dating if you're still technically married. That it just might be a good thing, So, yeah, that's where it ends for this time. Now, I think they're going to be on Love During I'm sorry, got to get it right again. Life After Lockup. I got to say that slow, y'all, because I got to think. But they're going to be on that show next season. And from what I heard, they're still together and riding strong. So maybe they're doing it for the paycheck. Maybe they really love each other. I don't know. I just don't know. I think as long as Andy, forks out some money and, spends it on Brittany, she'll stick around. So y'all have a great day. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.